5 is what it says. Is that true? We don't know. Oh, okay. Daniel Cates is in here. I guess we are live. What's up? What's poppin', brother? From Petersburg, excuse me. Petersburg, VA in the house. That's what's up. Where everybody else at? Where is the rest of the peoples? They ain't let you know. Come on, everybody. All right, there they go. E.L. Aqua, Christopher Ellis, Joseph Lopez, Mike Swagger, what's cracking? Scotty Saturn, what's up? What up, Miss Jeannie? Renwick Page, what up? Scotty Mutali El Bay, Travion McClinton, Kissed by the Sun, Daytona Crutchfield, excuse me, John Wood, Karen Williams, Sherrod Campbell, Ray Brown, Regina Harris, what up? Arcanum Current, Melanie C, Bass Kickers, or Bass Kickers, excuse me. Bass or Bass, whichever one you got. Thank you. Take your shoes off, brother. Everybody remember, take your shoes off. Spread the wealth. Tahuti, what's up? Dwayne Hicks, William Lumpkin, Maul Banger, Wayne Wallace. Daddy done, what is that? Daddy done the road? Okay. Terrence Munger, what up? Black and Gifted. Deb C, Brother L. Wise, what up? Tammy Owen, James Lattimore, Sheila, what up? Parnell L, Black Love 17, Charles Walker, D Malley from Cali, what up? Like it. Chuck Taylor, Mintu, Preston Davis, what's cracking? Blue 9, Aaliyah Bay, Goddess Gemini Bunny, what's cracking? Q, McDiva Enlightened, I got you, Tahuti, and K Freeman. There we go. I think I get everybody in here this time. That was the first time I think I mostly got everybody. Who'd I forget? Aloe Trish. I think that's it. Aloe Centrish. I hope I got it. Gemini 2 and 1. What's cracking? He just joined the Know Your Rights Foundation. What's cracking? 3 Geminis just joined the Know Your Rights Foundation this past week. What? We in for some crazy niggas, huh? We got 6 people. we got 6 extra. We had 3 extra people that came along with that 3. If you know Gemini, them niggas got 2 people inside. So we had 3. That means we got 6. But shout out to the people who just joined the Know Your Rights Foundation. Appreciate you guys. Matter of fact, speaking of everybody, your packages are on the way. Everybody just sent out everything yesterday. So if you ordered, some people just ordered, like you put in an order yesterday morning, you got it in right under the radar. Good luck to you. That was that was good timing. But everybody else, your packages in the mail. I sent everything out. For the volunteers, like I said, we just had volunteers this week. We had 3 Gemini volunteers in the volunteer class this week. If you want to be a volunteer, and you're getting taught the law for free, just go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and sign up. Send an email, and then we will send you back where to go link up to fill out the questionnaire form. All right. If you have already done that, please check your spam emails, because a lot of you guys are hitting us up saying that you've already applied and you're waiting to hear back. But Tish, who handles those emails, she prides herself on getting everybody, so she's probably hit you up and you just didn't see it. So make sure you check your emails. And if she didn't genuinely get back at you, hit us up and she will do that. But make sure you check your emails, all right? So we want people who are motivated. Let me say that from the front. If you're not motivated, don't holler at us. If you're not self-motivated, we'll holler at you later when everything is going. But we need leaders right now. We need people who are self-motivated, ready to go, ready to take this information and give it back out to the public. And we just had we had 2 people who have passed the certification. This is the certification you guys saw in the thumbnail. This is our certification, the Know Your Rights Foundation certification. Shout out to Robert Taylor and Jermaine Harper. Shout out to those 2 brothers. They the first to get through the certification process, Know Your Right Foundation. Just so you know, they had to get everything right. They had to get 100%. Not as hard as it sounds. You get to take the test as many times as you need to, but you got to get 100%. You can't, because if you're out there on the street with them popo, you're gonna wanna be as right as possible. So we put you through that simulation here, so when you get out on the street, you don't fail. All right, don't fail with us. You're definitely not gonna fail out on the street. So if you want to be a volunteer, make sure you get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and hook it up. Shout out to those two brothers, Robert Nelson. Sorry, Robert Nelson and Jermaine Harper. Shout out to you, brothers. And everybody also, make sure y'all get out and check out the homie Timmy Tight Top at the Weed Juice. I just got these out of the freezer. Weed Juice right here. This is the Special K. This is the banana, carrot, and pear if you want to get cleansed out. Brother L. Wise, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Right here, this is what everybody was talking about. They like this one. This is Baby I'm a Star right here. This is the white grape, strawberry, and blueberry. And that right there, you better sit back and have a little. That's really sweet. So that's more like a dessert drink, but it's off the chain. And then my go-to is surprisingly sweet. That's the grapefruit, cantaloupe, and pear. That's right, baby. It's the go-to. It's the go-to move to fade away at the baseline. And then right here, this is the kale metabolizer. This is my go-to green drink for the cleanse, my internal cleanse. And this is celery, parsley, kale, apple, lime, ginger, and cayenne pepper right here. And then for your anti-inflammatory shots, the antidote. This is the turmeric, black pepper, ginger, lemon, and pear. This one is the ginger grenade right here. This is apple, ginger, lemon, and pear. Right here, this is the shout out to the homie, Kobe. This is the Black Mamba. Yeah, baby, the Black Mamba right here, baby. This is ginger, cayenne pepper, blackberry, pineapple, apple, and lemon. Bam. Talking about shutting all that inflammation down in your body. And then right here, we got strawberry around the world. That's strawberry, apple, ginger, and lemon right here. All these anti-inflammatories for everything you need to calm that inflammation down in your body, because y'all know y'all messing up out there. So hit up wejuice.com. That's OUIjuice.com. He has the special code 5 off juice. 5 off juice or get you loose in the caboose. Hey, baby, it rhymes. I'm spitting bars. 5 off juice or get you loose in the caboose. But it's just 5 off juice. The number 5 off juice, and he'll hook you up. Thank you, original man. Appreciate you, brother. That's there he is, right there, the original man in the chat. That's the one who has passed. He was the first one to pass the certification test. Know Your Rights Foundation. Congratulations, brother. Shout out to you. All right, so make sure again get over at wejuice.com. His slogan is, we live, we love, we juice. And 5 off juice get you loose in the caboose. That's my contribution. That's my contribution to it right there. Appreciate you. All right, everybody, y'all ready to get into what we about to get into? We got a lot to talk about. Let's see how fast we can get through this. Not that I'm rushing it. So real quick, I want to deal with this whitewashing of history that's going on, because again, y'all see I delve into the nerd world. What up, Faith Ford? What's cracking? King Tony, what's up? So, you know, I'm in the nerd world, and a lot of the community in the nerd world, you know, there's just like you have left wing and right wing and everything else, the same thing over in the nerd world. So I delve into all those different communities, and I talked about they were mad about the Cleopatra being shown as a sister, the mixed sister who plays Cleopatra. Now since when I was telling y'all that, it hadn't came out yet. Now it's come out. Now everybody really trying to shit on it. Oh my God, it's the worst documentary ever of all time, and blah blah blah. And then, oh my God, now. I didn't see the documentary. I saw some clips. I saw some pieces of it, and it don't look too good. I'm just gonna say that. Just on my keen professional eye, of being in, you know, my artistic eye, this don't look too good. This wasn't put together. It wasn't put together well. It wasn't written well. It's just not a lot of shit going on well. However, you know, Jada trying to tell the story or whatever. She's trying to do her thing. Now, does she have the right to shout out the sisters and put? Absolutely, because they don't know what she looked like. They just so sure she from Macedonia, and the Macedonians were, you know, the Greeks. They look like you. They wanna supplant and put the Greeks back then and say the Greeks back then look like the Greeks today. And most likely she was mixed with Greek and also some other stuff from Africa. So she didn't look like the Greeks today. This old super pointy nose, pale ass Greek that they trying to say that she looked like. And she was in the sun all goddamn day in Africa. So if you're trying to say that this sister, this white girl, this Caucasian girl was out over there, she'd be red if she was over there in Africa in the sun all goddamn day. So she had to have some type of melanation. Unless she was one of those completely pure pale that can't get tan, which meant she would have got skin cancer and died over in Africa. So apparently that didn't happen. So she had to have some melanin. We just gonna, you know, deduce that she had some melanin. But they are upset, man. Have y'all been? I don't know if y'all been peeping, man. These niggas are up fucking set. It's video after video after video after video about this Caucasian Cleopatra. See, that's all they got to hold on to in Africa. They can say, oh, we can point to that person in Africa and say that person was white. We can say that person was white. So we can claim Africa because we know that the Alexander the Great, the Ptolemaic dynasty, they went over there. Oh, she was part of the Ptolemaic dynasty. And that's from Greece. So we fucking ruled Africa, man. You can't take us out of history. We have our part. That's what they're really mad about. They want to be mentioned as part of the people who ruled Africa, and they did more than once. So, like, the Mamluk dynasty. Mamluk means pale slave. So the Mamluk dynasty, they ran Kemet for 300 years. That's an absolute fact. 300 years, from the 1200s to the 1500s. So, but they don't talk about that. You know why? Because the Mamluks are slaves. They don't talk about the Mamluks, but say, well, where the Mamluks come from? Then you got to trace the Mamluks all the way back and find out they were slaves of the Moors, and then they were given, you know, they were bred into the hierarchies of the Moorish families. So they don't want you to learn that. They want to go all the way back. They want to say, hey, nigga, Greece, we started in Greece. We started off Caucasian in Greece. We've been Caucasian. We came over here. We beat the fuck out of you African ass niggas over here to let you know that y'all motherfucking melanin don't mean shit when we got motherfucking technology and horses and swords and shit to cut your ass up. So we want to maintain the fact that we was completely white, came over here and whooped the shit out of you niggas over in Africa and stole your land. That's what they want to perpetuate. That's the history that they want to perpetuate. Not the Mamluk dynasty where they were slaves. The Mamluks were slaves of the Moors. So they picking and choosing. But they called it the worst documentary in history. Like I said, they ain't not far off. They ain't far off. That documentary, the pieces I seen. Damn, Jada, I thought you've been in Hollywood for at least 30 years. How the hell you make a piece of shit like that? But Caucasian people were in charge of it. She put Caucasian producers and shit in charge of it. and this is what you get. So, then it's made them so mad. And we told you that Egypt is trying to have a lawsuit. They won a lawsuit against Netflix. That's crazy. Then they said, you know what? Fuck y'all. We gonna do our own documentary about Cleopatra, nigga. What you think about that? And we gonna make her all pale and everything. And you can't say nothing because it come from Egypt, and everybody gonna believe it's true because it's come from Egypt. And we here now. We run everything now. Well, wait a minute. What about all these niggas, these dark-skinned, melanated people on the wall? Don't worry about that, nigga. Nigga, you go like that when you pass them damn. You go like that. You can't see that. You can't see these melanated people with these braids that look like the people in the hood today. You don't worry about that. Don't worry about the sisters, the melanated sisters on the wall with the big old fat booties, like today, in the hood today. Don't worry about that. You niggas wasn't the niggas over here. But wait a minute. You saying you niggas are? The Arabs? The Arabs were you niggas are the original people of Kemet. The Arabs, which means desert nomad or desert traveler. So that means you walked your ass over here. You wasn't born here. You walked your motherfucking ass over here and took over. Conceptual Elixirs, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. What's good with you, man? So you see, they want to pick and choose the bullshit. The Arabs were the first, were the original. They the original people of Egypt. But you can go over there on any tour and see the niggas all over the wall. But if we say that, we're perpetuating an Afrocentric history of Egypt, a false Afrocentric history of Egypt, Kemet, really, we know what it's called. So you can't talk about your actual history. You can't talk about it. You can only talk about it the way they've told it to you, that you niggas weren't nothing. So if you start getting back and delving into your history and start feeling good, nigga, who told you to start feeling good about this over here, nigga? We still run it. Even if you built it, nigga, we still run it. So what the fuck you feel good about, nigga? You don't got this science no more. That's what they think. So then they, like I said, they going crazy over the Little Mermaid, Tinkerbell and Peter Pan. And they basically are in fear of Caucasians being phased out. They've been at the top of the food chain for so long. They're in fear of Caucasians being phased out of the mainstream in favor of this new woke agenda, religion, which is at the top of that is DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, which means, you white motherfuckers, you niggas been here a little bit too long. Oh, nigga, ain't your time to get off, my nigga. Nigga, you been in nigga, what? 37,000 hours of overtime? God damn, it's about time you got your ass about this goddamn job. Hey, nigga, won't you go take a vacation? Nigga, won't you go to Cabo? Get you a little drink, little native chick off the island, off the beach, and you relax, white man. All these other melanated people is gonna take over. And the white motherfuckers like, nigga, hell to the no. We still pay for everything. This is what they're saying. I'm telling you literally what they're talking about on their channels. We still pay for everything. They brought out a stat that said that the Caucasian people are the biggest, the biggest consumers of, basically. So this is dealing with entertainment. So they were talking about the entertainment industry because they're being replaced in all these roles, right? They're being what they call race swap. So they were saying that why the industry is doing so bad right now is because they're trying to replace all the Caucasian people who actually pay for all of this stuff. And so Caucasian people, since they're not seeing themselves in these roles anymore, that they don't want to pay for the shit. All right, you only been in charge of the shit since the beginning, motherfucker. You only been in these roles since the beginning, but now all of a sudden, no one else can have a chance. Or if they do, it's not because they were good in the role, it's only because they were race swapped. Right off the bat, that's the reason. They were race swapped, that's why they're in it, not because these people were good. Now, having said that, that might be true. That they're not good. And in a lot of cases it is true. That's what they've said. This is what diversity, equity, inclusion movement is about. Just getting people who look like they're supposed the people they want in these roles, in these positions, so that they can mark down and get this ESG score. Talked about this ESG score thing a long time ago. ESG, environmental social governance, is how BlackRock, Vanguard, and all these other people are investing in these corporations. This dude, Larry Fink, said, we gonna make companies change. He said that. We gonna force them to change. So basically, if you want our money, you got to do what the fuck we say. And that's diversity, equity, inclusion. That's environmental, social governance. You have to implement all of that. No matter if it's a detriment to your corporation, you still have to go along with these guidelines because this is what they're trying to change the world under. So no matter what. So this is what's popping off. And the Caucasians, though, this is what's going on in the corporations. But the Caucasian people, the regular Caucasian people in society, they're just seeing the repercussion of this. And they're like, this is some bullshit. There's race swapping. They're taking us out of it. What happened to us? What happened to us? The people who stole everything. We stole it, man. We stole it fair and square. This is what obviously they're not saying that, but they're conveniently I'm just leaving that out, omitting that part of it, that they stole all of this shit. You didn't come over here, nigga, and just find some shit. You came over here and stole every goddamn thing. So this is your karma, bitch. The karma of your ancestors is being visited upon you because you didn't take it upon yourself to mitigate some of that karma that they had. You just said, oh, nigga, this is a stolen phantom? Well, nigga, shit, put that in the garage. Nigga, hey, put that in the garage along with the stolen Ferrari and the stolen Porsche and the stolen Audi and you got all these stolen cars in your garage, nigga, and you ain't said nothing. You ain't gave nobody a ride. You ain't signed up to Uber, nigga, or nothing. You got all these cars sitting in the garage that you stole, but you ain't try to help. You didn't try to help nobody out from doing that. You just, nigga, this is my cars, nigga. America gave me my cars. So fuck you, niggas. If it's being taken from you, that's your karma. But like I said, they've been race swapping us out of the game for so long. I told you about Clash of the Titans last week when Andromeda was a Caucasian chick. When Andromeda, they cast her as a Caucasian chick. When Andromeda is Ethiopian princess. Yeah, Ethiopian. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it. Ethiopia. Yeah, burnt people. Yeah. You know, Ethiopia means burnt. So this Caucasian chick was far away from burnt. So yeah, we know what it means. We know what it means. This is Hollywood, and we have creative license. So it's just make believe. You just have to suspend disbelief, sir. Just suspend disbelief. Just go on the journey. Go on the ride with us. Just go on the fantastical ride. Forget the world that you live in today and take the journey with us. Like, nigga, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to see no niggas in no prominent roles nowhere. Because you can't connect to that. You can't connect to that because why? Because you're not in that culture. But you don't flip that. They don't flip the coin and say, oh, maybe melanated people can't really vibe to our culture, our cultural shit that we put out all the goddamn time. That doesn't matter because they're at the top of the food chain, so they think, and they just want to put out shit that only makes them feel good, that only entertains them. But the world is flipped. These niggas' time is over as the top of the food chain status. And it's only because it's political. They're doing it because they had to take down America. So in order to take down America, they have to take down the archetype of America, which is Caucasians or white supremacy. And you heard Joe Biden say the biggest threat in America, the biggest threat in America is white supremacy. And I'm not just saying that because I'm at a HBCU. What college are we at? HBCU, right? Okay. Well, I'm not just saying that because we're at an HBCU. This nigga said that. And did you see the dude graduating in the audience? He had the sign. This brother, melanated brother with the braids. He had a sign that said, "Joe Biden and the government don't care about black people." While this nigga was speaking. While Joe Biden was at the podium, this brother student had a sign that said, Joe Biden and the government don't care about black people. And the black and the domestic terrorism and the white supremacy is the biggest threat to democracy. Like, nigga, yo, shut your old bitch ass up, nigga. Go and fucking take some Geritol, nigga. And walk your ass onto the sunset, bitch. This nigga old as shit. Did you see? You see that nigga fall down the stairs for the 18th time last week? This nigga trying to run. He trying to be all spry and shit and hop down the stairs and shit to show that he's still young. That nigga, oh, oh, excuse me. Oh, hey, oh, oh, well, who put that stair there? Oh my God. Somebody needs to check these stairs. Who put these stairs here? This motherfucking old ass nigga. But they being replaced. The Caucasians is being taken out the game, and they're seeing it, and they don't like it, y'all. They don't like it. I don't like it either, damn it. I'm with you, Caucasians. You've been at the top of the food chain for this long, and fuck, I'm used to it. What the fuck, man? I don't want to see any niggers in my movies. I want to see all Caucasian people, because only Caucasian people know how to make movies. But I don't want to see any niggers. Like, what the fuck? So, just be watching out for that. Because they're really what you guys don't see is a tension that's building on the low. And they're building it on purpose, but you probably don't see it, but it's being built up into what they deemed as, or what was previously the middle upper class Caucasian people who, who had access to all this stuff. And the reason that that number, which they didn't admit, the reason that they're the biggest consumers of entertainment and shit like that is because you have the most money. Caucasian demographic are the people who make the most money. So the people with the most money are going to spend the most money. And you're going to spend it on shit like that. So obviously, nigga, they didn't take all the other industries. The Caucasians are the leading consumers of all the other industries. Sports, you got entertainment sports, entertainment, fashion, all of these different things, these industries, Caucasian people are the biggest consumers because they have the most money. So, but they were trying to act like, oh, only Caucasian people or more Caucasian people like entertainment than black people, than anybody else. So you should cater to our demographic more because we're the ones who like it more than anybody. No, motherfucker, you don't like Star Wars more than anybody else, nigga. I'll break down Star Wars, especially the symbolism of Star Wars, over anybody. I'll smash anybody in Star Wars symbolism. But these Caucasian people, though, they think they're the only motherfuckers who know about Star Wars and all the rest of this stuff. So, yep, your time is up, Caucasian. Sorry. Like this right here, moving right along. The cat who killed Jordan Neely, what's his name? Daniel Penny. Talked about it last week, so they're trying to put him as a hero. Did you see my man's his fundraiser? It's up to $2 million. Over $2 million now. This was $2 million a couple of days ago when I checked. It's probably closer to 3 at this point. Over $2 million for this dude who choked out an unarmed man, slim, very slender, unarmed man. Like, this nigga was petite. He's like, Michael Jackson was petite, so you obviously got to be a petite nigga to impersonate Michael Jackson. So this little nigga's petite, and he choked out an unarmed petite nigga on the train because he was yelling. And apparently, I think that his mother had died recently or even that day, which is why which kind of flipped him out. But this dude is yelling and tripping out, but you can't find any other way to subdue the brother other than choking him to death. And then you get Kid Rock and all these bitch ass niggas calling him a hero. Kid Rock, who ain't never been in a damn fight in his life. You get your bitch ass choked out, Kid Rock. All these motherfuckers want to pick up guns and don't have no hands. I ain't got no respect. If you use a gun, oh, you may need a gun, cool. But if you just use a gun and you got no hands, I'm sorry, I don't fuck with that. You got a gun, you got hands and gun, hey, maybe but nigga, if you just a nigga who uses a gun to solve all your problems, nigga, I don't got respect for that shit. I'm about these hands. Nigga, I'm about these motherfucking hands. So these Caucasian people want to talk this shit, they get scared and they want to kill people. They think, oh, the smallest threat or the smallest inkling of a fear that I have, I'm able to kill in order to alleviate that fear. Yelling. And so then they come out and they found some lady now who was on the train that tried to come out and said, he saved our lives. He saved our lives. He's a hero. He saved our lives. Wait a minute. He saved your life, but he didn't swing or hit nobody physically. He didn't touch anybody physically, but your life was in danger from a nigga yelling, which happens on the train in New York every day. All right. Then they tried to say, because so they really wanted to stick it in there because they didn't want to play the race card. They said, she's a person of color, a woman of color, right? To try to make you think she black or melanated. But if she was that, they would have just said African-American woman or a black woman. A black woman or an African-American woman, she was a witness on the plane and on the train, and she says that he saved her life. No, they didn't say that. They said a woman of color, which meant she probably Puerto Rican or somebody like that. So they went and got somebody who's a person of color to corroborate this nigga choking out an unarmed man, skinny ass petite man on the train. This is what I'm saying. These Caucasian people are pissed, y'all. And they're really pissed about the advocacy that's on the Jordan Neely side. You see, they shut down the trains and all that. And so they calling it the next George Floyd, and they think it's a woke activist movement like George Floyd was. But this man was not physically violent at all, which means you cannot kill him. You can get in his face, you can block him from going at somebody, you can do all of that, but you don't have the right to physically touch somebody who's just talking. Yo, who was that? Rich Cliff, thank you. Did I speak about the Caucasians? He's in the uproar over the Netflix. Yeah, I just talked about that. I just talked about it earlier. Rewind. So, Jordan Neely, so these Caucasians who are tripping out, it's all political. It's a political movement because they're coming up and they're saying, am I understating or am I overstating? I mean, he was up in people's faces. He was yelling. He was being violent. But no, he wasn't being violent. Words are not physically violent. You don't have if somebody's yelling at you, you can call the police. You can call for help. Absolutely. Especially if you're not a person who deals with confrontation. For sure, you can call for help. But nobody is allowed to kill you because you're talking shit. That doesn't work. And then there was a viral video that came out of he was a military cat. He was another military cat. I think he was either Army or Marine. And he had been in Afghanistan and Iraq. He's a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. And he shitted on this nigga. He shitted on him. Let's see, what that nigga say? He said Penny's a piece of shit. He said, fuck that guy. He a Caucasian? He Caucasian too. I mean, redneck Caucasian. He had a ZZ Top beard and shit. And these niggas look like Duck Dynasty Caucasian. That's how white this motherfucker was. He came out and he said he would have been militarily tried if he said, listen, let me see. He said, even in an active combat zone, he's not authorized to choke an unarmed person to death. Even in an active combat zone. He said, I am not allowed to choke an unarmed person to death. I would be tried. I would be arrested and tried. So he's like, don't be trying to act like he was taught this in the military. He's like, nah, we don't teach this in the military. This is bullshit. So this is the pushback and the bullshit that they're trying to get going. But what is this again? This is distraction. This is more distraction for you. So that you don't see what the hell they really doing in the world. That's what the World Economic Forum and all the rest of that, which we about to talk about in a second. But they don't want you to know what the WEF is doing. We're gonna talk about that. You've seen it in the title. But if I get all of you guys, if I got the racial tensions going, if I got black on white, Asian on black, Mexican on Asian, nigga, y'all ain't worried about what I'm doing over in this back room, nigga. I got some dirty shit going on. I got a bunch of hoes in there. We got cocaine all on the bed. Nigga, we got a bunch of monkeys flying. We got real monkeys hopping around. Nigga, don't worry about what we're doing with the monkeys. That's for us to know and for you not to find out. But we got a whole lot of shit going on in here that you don't need to know about. So you need to worry about, did this nigga kill, this white man kill this nigga on the train? Was that good? What's going on with your money? What's going on over here? What's going on? They don't want you to know shit. Because the World Economic Forum is getting ready to throw down some shit. But before we get to that, did you see Will Smith's son? Holy shit. Damn it, Will! How you go from way up here, my nigga? How did Will go from way up here and then they done crashed this nigga Will? Cause damn, did you see Jaden Smith? He is now the new model for the Louis Vuitton women's wear. Yep, you heard me. Jaden Smith is the new Louis Vuitton model for women's wear. Yo, who was that? Suge Mac, 510. Thank you, brother. This nigga. Jaden is full blown. God damn, Will. But hey, little children pick up the energy of their environment. Just saying, not saying. Just saying, but not saying. You know, there may be some things out there about Willie Will. You know, after he did that first little movie, they had him. What was that, 6 Degrees of Separation? Nigga, after you did that, nigga, they had you. Benny Medina and all them niggas, they had you, Will. So, Jaden grew up around that energy. He grew up around Benny Medina. Go look up Benny Medina. If y'all don't know who Benny Medina is, Benny Medina was the executive producer of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Actually, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a lot of that story was about Benny Medina. About him going from the hood and becoming rich. So Benny Medina handpicked Will Smith. Handpicked Will Smith to be, you know, to do that story. And so Benny Medina was around the family all the time, which meant Benny Medina's lifestyle was around the family all the time, and Jaden was picking that up, and now he is the model, the new model for Louis Vuitton women's wear. God damn. The fuck is going on? This nigga is floating around here in dresses and flip flops and shit. Hey, nigga, that's what you want to do? And Stephen Williams, appreciate you, but you know, no power to anybody can do what the fuck they want to do. My thing is the promotion of it is the emasculation of melanated men. It is truly the emasculation of melanated men. Why is it 512 people in here and only 200 and something likes? Come on, y'all. Hit the button, please. But it's the emasculation of melanated men. And they're going to keep on perpetuating this shit and promoting it. And the children keep picking this shit up. Gerald Jokes, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Our children are the ones who keep picking up on this. There is a massive attack on the children. They told you in the gay San Francisco gay men's choir, we're coming for your children. Go look up that video. Please, everybody, go look at that video, that song, that video, because it's a bunch of gay niggas in like the Brady Bunch squares singing, talking about we coming for your children. And they said, you won't know. We're going to do it subversively. Behind your back, they said this. And they've done it. They have effectively invaded almost all aspects of culture to where they call themselves marginalized, but they're the most protected goddamn class out there. So much so that even the people in the gay people, the gays, the lesbians, and the bisexuals of the alphabet soup, they want to leave. They want to leave because the trans shit and all that is getting so crazy. They like, this ain't what we had in mind. We just want to love who we love and get the fuck on. But y'all done turned this into some bullshit. Perversion of kids and all this and that. So they're calling for a separation of the first three, the L, the G, and the B. they want to separate the L, G, D, and the B. They're like, nigga, we by ourselves. We're gonna just be LGB. We going back to the beginning, the basics. And they like, hey, nigga, the T's and the Q's, and they like, hey, nigga, we family. Nigga, hold up. See, what they're seeing is, this is karma. They're seeing the trans and queer people usurping their movement. The energy and time and work that they put into their movement to be seen, you know, to not be ostracized in public and all that. They've usurped that energy that they've done over the years. But what is that karma from? Because you motherfuckers, the LGBs and shit, y'all usurped the melanated, the energy that the melanated people have put out in the hood of the civil rights movement. All of the marching and getting bit by dogs and water holes and all that shit. None of y'all did that shit. No gay, unless you was gay and you were in that community. But I mean, not as a community singled out for that. None of y'all niggas had been through that. But you usurped all of that energy and progress that the niggas in the civil rights movement made and used it for yourself and got marriage and all the gay rights and all this and that shit. Y'all didn't do none of that work. None of the work and that energy to put that shit down. Now, what happened? The karma hit your bitch ass, because now the T's and the Q's and the maps and all of that, them niggas done snuck in to your little movement. They said, oh, nigga, we can hide in here. Yeah, nigga, yeah, we know we look crazy as fuck. All the trans, the drag queens and all them motherfuckers, all of that shit. They like, all them motherfuckers, see the LGBs? Nigga, they got a nice cozy crib. Nice little carpet, a nice little fireplace. We can go right in there, cuddle and huddle, and ain't nobody gonna find us. And we'll just go under the umbrella of the LGB, and we'll just add ourselves, the T, the Q, and all the rest of that. And they usurp their movement, and now the LG and the Bs are pissed off. They pissed off. Sorry, niggas. It sucks, don't it? Because then you see it's gonna keep going. Sports Illustrated, they have a Decepticon as the cover model. The first Decepticon on the cover model, on the cover of the Sports Illustrated. Goddamn. A Decepticon. Don't fall for it, niggas. Did you see it? It's the blonde chick in the halfway here in the water. Don't fall for that bullshit. Don't fall for the okie doke. Sports Illustrated is full of shit. See, they're ramping up because Pride Month is coming. They even got their own goddamn month. How long did it take you niggas to get your own goddamn month? And their month is longer than your month. Pride Month is longer than Black History Month. They have usurped all the energy and movement and work that the black or the melanated community has done over all of these years and sucked it all up. And now you niggas don't get anything. Y'all ain't even mentioned. Niggas ain't even mentioned unless it's to push the DEI shit. They use it as a race card to just push diversity, equity, inclusion. That's more just as a political movement. But y'all don't get y'all don't get nothing. They done took everything. Then Adidas, just keep it on coming. All these corporations, you're gonna have to start boycotting these motherfuckers because it's an obvious agenda being pushed by the investment firms who won't give them money unless they turn over their policies into some of these woke shit. David Scott, thank you, brother. So this reminds me of the Dave Chappelle joke about the gay car ride. See? This is the absolute fuckery. Adidas swimwear. Women's swimwear. Adidas women's swimwear is a man. The model is a man. Why would a woman look at a man in a goddamn swimsuit and say, oh shit, it holds his balls in so nice. Let me go get me one of them. You see how it held his balls in? It tucked him right in, nigga. No air got in on the balls. And his dick was tucked in nice and tight. Hey, nigga, I need that for me. Why would a fucking woman look at a man and go buy a bathing suit that a man has on? A woman's bathing suit that a man has on. They don't care. It's confusion. This is all about confusion. They want to confuse society. It's easier to upset and take over society when you niggas are in an uproar. You're confused. Your traditions are upset. They've destroyed your traditions. They've destroyed the family unit. They've destroyed all of these things, and so all of your emotions and your heart and your spirit is all in an uproar, while on the back end, these niggas just connecting the goddamn world order dots. They don't give a fuck about what you talking about over here. These niggas still tripping over there? Huh? Yeah, okay. Nigga, they playing the world order video game like this. They still tripping? Okay. Nigga, as long as you tripping behind them over here, they playing the video game going this way. And Adidas is a part of it. Fucking man in a woman's swimsuit? Come on, man. They know that's crazy. You think they don't look at that and know that's some bullshit? You think they're not talking about this in their offices or at home and all the rest of this shit? And they're like, God damn, we just have to ride it out, guys. I know it's fucking crazy. I know they talk to everybody. I know this stuff is pretty wild. It's pretty out there. We just have to ride it out. Just gonna have to ride it out. But right now, they probably got so many woke people on the board, they can't even talk, they can't even speak publicly about shit anymore. They gotta say this to their family members. How frustrated they are by actually having to do this. Because I know these motherfuckers just didn't wake up one day, all of a sudden they were traditional people in America, then everybody in the corporate world just woke up and said, you know what? I'm this, I'm that, I'm for trans, nigga. I believe my kids should go get a sex change. I believe that 5-year-olds should be twerking on stage with drag queens. I believe that men can be women. I believe that women can be men. Do you think they just woke up this one day and just started thinking all of that? just out of nowhere, and they believe it with their whole soul and heart. No, nigga, this is obviously pushed. Because there's a report. Now, you want to know who's funding all of this? Or for the most part? I give you a couple of guesses. Guess who's funding the whole woke trans movement that's gotten all society disrupted right now? Guess who's funding it? Let me see if I can see it here. Soros? Nah, not Soros. He says Soros. No, who is it? Nope, not George. Guess who's funding? Well, he may be putting a little bit. He does have a little bit. But the main, let me say this. The main, yep, there it is. Boop. spread wealth, got it. Kill Bill. The Bill and Melinda Foundation is the ones who are funding all of this shit. Holy shit. Excuse me. He's funding all of this. All the while, this nigga is putting toxic chemicals on your organic fruit called Apeel. Apeel. A-P-E-E-L. Go look that shit up. Some type of waxy, supposedly plant-based wax shit that they got on your fruit that can't be washed off. They say it's non-toxic, but nigga, get the fuck out of here. Bill Gates. Go look that up. It's called Apeel. If you buy apples from Costco, it's on there. Yo, Suge Mac say if they can't have the world, they'll destroy it. That's right. But they ain't trying to destroy it. They trying to flip it. And they're trying to destroy it. They're just trying to cause enough chaos in order for you not to push back and start a revolution while they do what they need to do. Because contrary to popular belief, there's not one faction trying to do this. There's many factions who are trying to take over the world. It's not just one. It's a bunch of cats at the top fighting each other. So that's why it hasn't happened yet, because you got niggas battling for supremacy. You got the Game of Thrones. You got a real Game of Thrones going on at the top. But y'all don't see. It's not one, it ain't everybody, oh, the Rothschilds run everything. Nope, that was a long time ago. Rothschilds run shit with Rockefellers and some other niggas, but then the Chinese cats, they run shit with people over here. And then you got some Germans who run some shit over there. Then you got some Africans who will run some shit over here. You got a whole bunch of factions who are fighting for world supremacy right now. Now, ultimately, the Bank of International Settlements, which is the Rothschilds, they have the biggest power, but they don't have absolute power. So that's what's popping off. And then you saw they're boycotting Target because of the alphabet soup movement that they got going for the children. I talked about this last week. I hope y'all seen the videos now of the child's clothes. But in the boys, that was in one section called the Pride section, right? So for next month, they have, they got their little promotion going on for next month for the Pride movement. So in the Pride section, this is where you can find all this stuff, right? For the children and infants. All this woke, this alphabet rainbow shit. But then though, if you go to the boys section, just in the regular section, you start to see clothes with rainbows strategically placed within the shirts. They're supposed to be full boy shirts. This is not Pride stuff, y'all. They don't market this as Pride stuff. This is just regular boys' clothes. But in the clothes, you see a little rainbow right there, or you see somebody who's on the shirt wearing rainbowed clothes, or you see a little tuck rainbow. Nigga, they think they slick, y'all. They're just going to subliminally introduce this into society, and before too long, your child will grow up not wanting to reproduce. That's what this shit is all about. It's population control, ultimately. If I can get you to populate or control yourself, control your own birth rate, if I can get the parents, man, you see how fucking diabolical this is? If I can get the parents to teach their children who they reproduced, if I can get the parents to teach their children not to reproduce. Under the guise of, my child will die if I don't affirm their psychosis, their gender dysphoria. So I have to do this or my child's gonna die. When there's no evidence, no children have died, committed suicide because of this shit. They ain't got no goddamn evidence of that. But that's how they're gonna push it to the children. And they're sneakily, secretively putting rainbows in the boys' clothes at Target. Y'all better start boycotting Target. Seriously, this is some bullshit. They think you don't get, they can just push this on you and you don't care. And what's gonna happen? You go to Target with your kid, and your kid, you don't know what your kid sees everything. Because he's a blank canvas. He or she is a blank canvas. They see everything, man. I can't tell you how much shit I remember from when I was a kid, when I was just sitting back in the room and my parents were just talking on the side. And I remember that shit when I was like 5 and 6. And I've implemented it, I've implemented it as a part of my philosophy today. Like, what the fuck? So, always, you got to pay attention to your children. They also have bathing suits, children's bathing suits, in the section that tucks the penis of the little child. Tuck his little Vienna sausage. That's disgusting. What the fuck, man? They have a bathing suit, and this is not, they don't have it they don't have their own section for it. Remember, this is in the pride section, and you got to find it in the women's clothes. Because they don't have it all by itself. So you go to the pride section, you go to the women's clothes in the pride section, and you see a bathing suit for a little boy to tuck his little Vienna sausage so he can look like a girl. What y'all gonna do, man? Are y'all gonna start getting pissed enough to start doing some shit about this? Because I don't got no kids. Shit. I escaped these crazy ass bitches trying to get me a kid. But no, I'm just playing. But trying to stick me for life, goddammit, no. But no, I ain't got no children. So y'all, any of you with children should be way more upset than me, and I'm completely enraged. Goddammit. If it's my one philosophy, don't fuck with the kids. I'm all about that, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to get me to rip your goddamn face off, nigga, do something to a kid. I will motherfucking unapologetically rip you in 18 pieces if you fuck with a kid. So, and I don't have children, but they're innocence. They're the potential of the universe. So when you corrupt them when they're that young, they become whatever you want to mold them into, and that's the uncorrupt energy that they want to fucking perpetuate in the universe. So fuck that. Leave the kids alone. Leave the fucking kids alone, damn it. Shit. Man, it's some more shit. Look, it's some more shit going on. I forgot all about this other woke shit. So check this out. So in Oklahoma, they defunded the PBS channel. The Oklahoma governor, he defunds the PBS channel because they had drag story hour. Shout out to Oklahoma. He said, we ain't gonna perpetuate this fuck shit. Nope, we ain't doing it. So PBS was having drag queen story hour for the kids, using your tax money, if you live in Oklahoma, to do it. And so the governor said, nope, we not doing that. You pervert bitch ass niggas got grown ass men perverting women, dancing and gyrating in front of kids. If you don't get your bitch ass out of here. Because then in Melbourne, in Australia, at a rooftop party, did you see this video? At a rooftop bar, they had drag queen performers had a child, like 4-year-old, twerking on stage. Did y'all see this? Talking about wave the booty, move the booty, and drop the booty, and all that. This a little child. This kid was like 3 to 4 years old, could barely even stand up straight. That's how little the kid was. and they got the kid twerking in front of hundreds of people in the audience. Rainbowed out motherfuckers and chaps and shit. This is getting ridiculous. If y'all don't start doing something, this shit is getting ridiculous. Because in LA, this keeps going. In LA, this past week, they just had the drag queen convention, and there was nothing but kids there at the drag queen convention. And with sexualized men walking around in sexual shit. And ass chaps like Prince used to have. Why should a child be around that? What does a child need to see that for? And I mean little children, 5, 6, 7 little babies is walking around this shit, seeing this. Man. Sex cosplay niggas around there and shit. But then the big thing is the World Economic Forum, as in the title, the World Economic Forum is calling for schools to introduce they want young children to be introduced as young as 4 to pornography. Put the P on the front because they be, the algorithm be trying to mess with me. So to pornography, the WEF said pornography should be introduced into elementary school, preschools and elementaries, because it would help. What they say? It would help them be less sexually repressed if they were introduced to this stuff early on at ages of like 4. It would help them to be less sexually repressed. These motherfuckers are disgusting. This is WEF. Your boy Klaus Schwab. Bitch ass. Bond villain. Evil motherfucker. Says introduce children to corn with a P. Corn in preschool and elementary school. Which means this is what they're trying to push. This is a movement. This is an agenda that he's trying to push. WEF don't just say shit and then don't try to implement the policy behind it. That ain't how the WEF work. Them niggas mash out. They do shit. So if he's saying it, that means you can try to expect to see it in schools. They're already doing it with the books. You already seen the books that introduced like the what's it called, the gay BCs and all that. So they're already introducing that type of stuff in there. But they talking about real they talking about like Cornhub. They talking about Cornhub and all that. They talking about like that type of website. That's where they want to go with it. So, and then in Denmark, there's a whole lot of shit, y'all. So in Denmark, they renamed the Women's Museum in Denmark to the Gender Museum. It's been the Women's Museum since the beginning, for years, forever. Now they done changed it to the Gender Museum because you can't be a woman anymore. Women, calling some people women is an insult to some other women if you don't include them. So we just got to go neutral and call it just the Gender Museum. Not the Women's Museum, the Gender, what the fuck? Denmark, all of these motherfuckers are getting on this woke shit. It's becoming a virus at this point. To where now you actually have to push back. It's more, they're trying to turn it into some type of religion. Yo, what is that? Transcendental. Appreciate you. Love that schmuckatelli, baby. Yeah, that's schmuckatelli. I told you, you better get on Beal sauce. That's Beal sauce. BEALE sauce. Get over to Beal sauce. Get that schmuckatelli. You just saw a testimonial from my man. He says schmuckatelli's off the chain. But this is the movement, y'all. And then the Decepticons are trying to get uterine transplants. Did y'all hear that? Did you see the TikTok dude who think he a woman? Said he wanted a uterine transplant. In 5 years, he'd be able to get a uterine transplant. And of course, it's not going to be my baby. They'll put it in me and then get me pregnant and then take it out, and then someone else would have to have the baby. So it won't be my baby unless I use my sperm to fertilize the egg, and then it'll be my child. And boom. Because my body will, because if I try to hold the pregnancy, my body will reject it. So they have to take the uterus out after it gets impregnated, and then take it out, put it in somebody else, and then have the baby, or just have the baby in vitro, some shit like that. Holy shit, y'all. This is going crazy. They think they're going to be able to transplant a uterus into a man. Something that nature did not intend for you to do, ever. Did not intend for men to have babies, ever. Yes, to contribute to the growth of, to the creation of a baby, absolutely. But for you to sustain and carry that life, absolutely not. A woman produces certain chemicals that allow her to create the environment for pregnancy and to sustain it. A man does not produce these chemicals, and it's not just estrogen that makes you to produce these, that gets you to produce these chemicals from the endocrine system. Come on, y'all. This is like basic fucking science. But nope, they're going to try to transplant a uterus into a man because they said they've done it into 16 uterus transplants for women. So they've taken a uterus from a woman, put it into another woman, because they got the same parts. It's like taking an engine out of one Tesla, putting it in another Tesla. Same goddamn machinery. So the Tesla's gonna recognize the engine, be able to link up to it, and utilize the power in the engine. Nigga, you can't put a Tesla engine in a fucking Volkswagen Bug. That ain't gonna work, nigga. Try to put a Tesla engine in a Volkswagen Bug, see what happens. Not gonna pop off. So, Decepticons are trying to get uterus transplants, y'all. Uterine transplants, y'all. They are really on this. Now, again, nature doesn't give them the chemicals. It doesn't allow them to produce the chemicals to sustain that. So in a few years, you're about to see them try it, and you're about to see a whole bunch of Frankenstein baby deaths and shit going on, because this is about to go crazy. It's about to get worse before it gets better. And then just real quick on the alpha, somebody hit me up about the alphabet soup, the rainbow, and how they have the rainbow and the red is on top of the rainbow, and they said they flipped the rainbow because the purple is supposed to be on top. That's not actually true. The rainbow is the way it is because it's about wavelengths. So as you see a rainbow, each one under it gets shorter, right? Until you get to the purple, and the purple is the shortest, right? At the bottom. That's because the red wavelength is a long wavelength. It's a very slow, long wavelength. It moves very slowly, the frequency or the vibration. Whereas you get to the shorter wavelength, when you get, which is purple, violet, or whatever, it moves like this. It's much faster. It's a higher vibration or frequency. So it's a shorter wavelength. So that's why, so it goes from, the light spectrum goes from infrared to ultraviolet. And that's why you see the purple at the bottom, because it's a shorter wavelength. It's not supposed to be on top. Just saying. So the person who hit me up and asked me about that. So moving along, did y'all know that the Asian countries, there's 10 new Asian countries in BRICS that they're letting go of the US dollar? There's 10 new Asian countries in BRICS and they letting go of the US dollar. They said, fuck America and the US dollar, nigga. Fuck your dollar, America. And those countries are Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. These are some of those major countries. Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. shit. They like, fuck you, America. Nigga, we out, bitch. We ain't under your thumb. We ain't under your nuts no more, America. So they bouncing. And it only that only means more bull for America, the dollar. Now, the crash of the dollar would take a while because America has positioned it to be the world currency. So for it to fall as the world currency, it would take a long time. Like 70% of the world's reserve money is still dollars. So it ain't gonna just like fall tomorrow. That's all we want to be clear. Excuse me, and remove the fear from all of this. The dollar's not gonna fall like tomorrow because it's still 68, 70% of the world's reserve currency. But every damn week, more countries is like, fuck that dollar. Hey, fuck that dollar. So I hope you guys are doing your diligence and making sure you're diversifying. Make sure you got your gold, your silver, your little crypto. If you know, I would say Bitcoin. But diversifying, getting all your stuff, man. Because when they flip this in dollars, make sure you get dollars, dollar bills. Because the trend that they show that we haven't been in this position since the last depression. Yo, Casanova, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. We haven't been in this position as far as where our economy is since the last depression. So that when you these people who do these trends and these charts and all that, these niggas spend years, excuse me, in school learning about this stuff. So these niggas understand how these trends work and how the economy moves. And that's talking about we're in position for a major setback in the next year or so. So be careful. Don't go spending a lot. Try to set some stuff aside because we may get hit real hard in the next year or two. And then while that's popping off, China, they successfully hooked up a monkey brain to a computer. Did y'all see that? Before Elon. They hooked up a monkey brain to a computer. Elon's like, fuck, nigga. Damn. I was almost there, nigga. Nah, nigga. See, that's because the feds denied Elon the right to, or the permission to do the surgery. Because he bought Twitter. After he bought Twitter, this nigga submitted his surgery request for his Neuralink chip. They said, nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga. All this bullshit you been talking on Twitter, nigga. You done took Twitter from us and all this and that. And you think we gonna motherfucking approve your surgery, nigga? Get the fuck out of my office. Nigga, somebody come kick Elon's bitch ass for me. That's what happened. So China was like, oh shit, Elon ain't, they told Elon no. Oh, they jumped in the lab quick. Put that chip, but they didn't do cranial, they call it craniotomy. They didn't do a craniotomy like Elon would do, where they cut into your brain. So, or your skull. So they went through the spine. They went like through your spine and slid this little thing up and attached it to the cortex from the little cord in the back and all type of shit. So you don't have surgery and it's faster and all kind of shit. And then the monkey was able to control the robot arm just by thinking it. Hey, nigga, bring me one of the bananas over in the corner, my nigga. Yeah, thank you, my nigga. Hey, nigga, can you give me a glass of water? Hey, nigga, the robot arm just came to shit. It was just bringing the monkey shit. So China is over there wilding the fuck out while getting away from the American dollar. That's why I brought that up, because they're growing their economy through science and all the rest of this stuff. As far as especially AI, there's a race with China and America to be the first with the super AI. So they're mashing out. And then they just hooked up fucking monkey brain to a computer. Nigga, China's over there wilding out. While we over here, and we got America, and the white supremacy, and the country, and the white supremacy, and the white supremacy is the country, and I'm not just saying that because I'm in the HBCU. While we got that motherfucker falling downstairs, talking about white supremacy. China over there hooking monkeys up the brain to computer chips. Biden. So Elon is pissed that they got that shit off before him. He's like, shit, man. Now you see why he hired a WEF chick to be head of Twitter. They ain't letting that nigga do nothing. Blew up his rocket. They won't let him hook up computer chips to brains. They crashed Tesla. 90% of Tesla went to shit. Tesla's worth went to hell. Like, this nigga is like, goddamn. The only thing they let him use, what they didn't mess with, was the SpaceX. I mean, not SpaceX. What's it? What's the Starlink? That's the only thing that they didn't mess with, was Starlink. And the reason they didn't mess with Starlink is because Ukraine, the Ukrainians are using Starlink for the war. That's the internet they're using. So if Elon shuts down the Starlink satellite, Ukraine is dead. They got no internet because Russia smashed their internet grid. So they have to use Elon. So that's the only reason they haven't destroyed Starlink yet, is because they're using it. They need that nigga on that one. But they destroyed his other companies, and that's why that nigga like, hey, bitch, bring your ass on in here and tell these niggas to get the fuck off my ass. Like, I'll bend the knee, whatever they want. Just tell them. So fuck Elon, he done bent the knee. He said he didn't. In one of the interviews last week, this nigga said, even if he loses money, he's still not gonna bend the knee and say what he want. We'll see, Elon, bitch ass nigga. But did y'all hear about, moving along, did y'all hear about the investigation into Epstein? There's all kind of shit coming about the Epstein investigation. So basically, they found in the Epstein investigation that Google's first funder, the people who first funded Google, guess who that was? Guess who that was? Just take a guess, everybody. Who was the first people to fund Google? Can you put it in the chat? Who was the first gonna say who funded Google? Can I see it? Anybody? Just take a wild guess. Who do we think funded Google? Nope. Nobody put it in. Nope. Not Kill Bill. Nope. Not Jeffrey. Nope. Aaliyah Bay, thank you. Appreciate you. Nope. Come on, y'all. What? Let me see. Y'all thinking of a person. It's not a person. You said U.S., but who in the U.S.? What up, cuz I said so? What up? They got some initials. There it is. Dee got it. C to the I to the is A. C to the is I is to the is A. C to the is I is to the is A. Yep. The CIA was the very first people to fund Google. And they still do it. It has been a CIA op from the very jump. The very first dollar these niggas got was from the CIA. Holy shit. Now that just came out in the Epstein files, right? In the Epstein shit. Then some more shit came out in the Epstein thing that Larry Page, the founder of Google, was a customer. Was a regular customer of the Epstein thing. And now they want to talk to Larry Page. We're talking about Larry Page, the same one who Elon had the argument with, who wants the super god, the digital god. He wants the super god intelligence, or a super digital god. That Larry Page, who wants to take over the world with a super god, super computer intelligence, super AI. This nigga was on the Epstein Island doing his thing. Now they want to subpoena him to see what he knew about when he was rocking with the Epstein thing, and they can't find this nigga. Hey. You seen Larry Page? You seen Larry Page? Hey, you seen Larry? Where in the hell is Larry Page? Larry is gone. The head of Google, the founder of Google, is missing, y'all. He probably ain't missing to him. This nigga know exactly where he is. But to the government who trying to subpoena this nigga for the Epstein files, this nigga, they can't find this nigga. Like, nigga, come on over here and tell us what you did with Epstein. They like, hey, nigga, nah. And then in the Epstein files, it came out he was doing way more than the Epstein Island thing. That was his leisure time. This nigga was a major connector for people within the political community, as far as governments. Israeli government, to the U.S. government, to this government, to that government. This nigga was a major player because he was supposed to be the invisible dude, well, sort of invisible, who got these niggas, who linked all of this stuff up because he had all the connections, resources. Why? Because he was the child pimp. He peddled all the little young to all these cats, so he had the connections, and then he had all the videotapes of these heads of state doing all this stuff. So they owed him favors, so he could hook up a bunch of cats because they owed him favors. Larry Page was one of these niggas. Larry Page, old dirty ass nigga. So Larry Page, you old evil ass nigga, not only does he want a super AI, this nigga was over there on Epstein Island wildin'. On Epstein Island wildin'. Yep. So now when you Google, just know, every time you see that Google word, there's some other alternatives. You can use Brave. That's an alternative to Google. What's another one? Let me see. It's Brave, not Firefox. It was another one. Man, sorry, y'all. I don't know which one it is. I know Brave works though. Try Brave. Can't remember what the other search engine was, but Brave works. It's a good. It blocks a lot of pop-ups and stuff like that. So try Brave. It has a lion. If you go see the icon is a lion. Lenny Deadstock, appreciate you. So you almost got to go to Epstein Island before getting the CEO job. That's right. You got to get flued out. He said you got to get flued out. That's right. Unless you get flued out to Epstein's Island, baby, you ain't in the game. That's part of the game. Did you get flown out to Epstein Island? No. Oh, nigga, I can't talk to you. Nigga, you went there, you flown out? Okay, yeah, come on over here. You had to get flued out to Epstein Island in order for you to have any type of contact or any clout. But moving along, SpikeVax. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that. It's called SpikeVax, then VAX. That's a new cupcake from Modern Easy. Have y'all heard of that? SpikeVax. Go look it up. It's one thing together. SpikeVax. It's a new cupcake from Modern Easy. Cupcake. It has been authorized in children from 6 months to 5 years. They not stopping. They're not stopping. Meaning they're trying to put this on the schedule, and then it's in the cupcake schedule at school for your children. 4 months, man. Excuse me, 6 months, not 4 months. 6 months to 5 years. 6 months old. Are you kidding me? For a cupcake. Or excuse me, for a Boogie V that basically doesn't kill anyone. And did you guys see the new documentary? I know you guys saw Watch the Water, right? That was the older documentary that talked about the Boogie V was actually venom, right? And then people tried to shit on him and say he was bullshitting and lying, but none of them tried to refute his information. he has a new documentary, him and Stu Peters. Go over to stupeters.com, whatever. And they got a new documentary, Watch the Water 2. Well, this nigga got nothing but scientific evidence. You may get a little sleepy listening to this nigga because he got nothing but scientific evidence of the venom. Them niggas using that. They're basically poisoning you with venom. Allegedly. Gotta say, allegedly. We don't know. According to this guy. According to the guy in the video. But he had all the goddamn evidence. It's crazy how much evidence this fool got. And he says nobody really wants to debate him on it. Or no one is refuting the information. No one is refuting it. They just want to, degrade him and, slander him. And say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. You're not this, you're that. You're only a chiropractor. Because he's a chiropractor who bought all this stuff out. So they want to discredit him by saying that he ain't shit because he's only a chiropractor and he came out with this information. But he has all of it. He has all the information. Because then, while that's popping, Canada, they just got, and shout out to the Canadians, to Canadians out there. Because Canada back in the day was called Candia in the old time. Canadians, you just got rid of the GMO regulation. They just got rid of GMO regulation in Canada, meaning they had to list if some food was genetically modified. They just got rid of that. It's not in California, but in America, they don't have that. They've been, they didn't even have it to start. So they never implemented it. But in Canada, they had it. Now they just got rid of it. So biotech companies can do whatever they want to the food. As long as they do their own safety checks. So as long as a food company says, or a biotech company who introduces something into the food supply, as long as they said they did their own safety checks, they don't have to, they can put whatever they want in the food. In Canada now, which means mRNA. They can introduce that now without telling anyone, which they've been doing it, but now they can do it legally. Sorry, Canada. But holy, that's crazy. And one dude did it, the secretary of something, whoever runs the food, that one dude, this is unilaterally done by one guy who affected all the food for millions of people in that country. That's insane. But this is what's coming because they have to try to cupcake you any way they can. No one's going to take the cupcakes no more, y'all. We hip. We got hip to it. We see what's popping. We ain't falling for the okie doke, the banana in the tailpipe. We ain't doing none of that shit. So they like, oh shit, nigga, well, shit. Let's put it in the fucking food then. You gonna eat? You gotta eat, don't you? You wanna eat? You wanna eat? You wanna eat? You wanna eat? Well, shit. Eat this mRNA. So that's what they have done to the food supply in Canada and here. They've been doing that in here, as that lawyer Tony Renz, R-E-N-Z, go look that dude up. He was talking about for the last few months. So then your boy Klaus Schwab, the Bond villain, the Bond's villain. We has penetrated the cabinets. This is what he said. We penetrated the cabinets. Klaus Schwab says in the new world, this is what he said, basically the new world order. He left the word order off of that, but he said in the new world, you must accept total transparency. No privacy. You must accept total transparency. And then he said, banking secrecy, everything will be transparent and you have to get used to it. This is a quote. Everything shall be transparent. Now, he was doing this interview in French. He did it in France. And so he was speaking in French. So you had to get a translator. You had to do the closed caption to see what he was talking about. But then when you saw what he's talking about, you're like, oh shit, this nigga crazy. Again, banking secrecy, so everyone will know what's in your bank account. Everything will be transparent, and you have to get used to it, was what he said. Then he said, you have to behave accordingly as it becomes integrated in your personality. That's a quote. That's verbatim what that nigga said. Again, you have to behave accordingly as it becomes integrated in your personality. That's what Klaus Schwab, the biggest Bond villain of all time, just said. Holy shit. And he think, this nigga, nobody need to put a mic in front of this nigga, because he don't give a damn. He is Aries. So that may be a part of it, because Aries don't give a shit. His nigga just got a mic. He'll say whatever the fuck. So they need to take his mic away, because he giving up the whole plan. Nigga, you'll own nothing and be happy. You're gonna eat bugs. You ain't gonna have no privacy. You need to get used to it. You need to shut the fuck up and go do what the fuck I tell you, bitch, before I kick your... That's Klaus Schwab. This nigga don't give a shit, nigga. Shut the fuck up before I slap the shit out of you and your mama. Go over there and do what the hell I said. So he don't care. He telling you everything. Then he says, if you have nothing to hide, you should have nothing to be afraid of. Shit. If you got nothing to hide, you little dirty niggas, what you scared of? I should be able to come in your house, look under your bed, and not expect to see a plastic blow-up girl doll. I shouldn't expect to see that, because if you ain't got nothing to hide, why would I expect to see a blow-up doll or some pocket pussy under your bed? I shouldn't expect to see that. So when I do go look, I'm not going to expect to see that at all. And if I do, we know you had something to hide. Okay, Klaus Schwab, bitch ass nigga, show us your shit first. Let's start with your emails and your text messages, nigga. Since you ain't nobody got nothing to hide, we all got to get used to it. It needs to be a part of we need to behave accordingly. Klaus bitch ass Schwab. All right, nigga, you show us your hand first. We'll all come clean, Klaus Schwab, as soon as you do. This whole ass nigga talking about you ain't got nothing to hide. You shouldn't be scared. All right, for sure, my nigga. Let you go first. You go right ahead. You go first, my nigga, and I'm right behind you. This nigga is crazy. No privacy in the one world government is what he basically said. Because in Ireland, they passed a law that makes it illegal for you to view any non-mainstream media content or share it on your phone or iPhone or pad or computer. Did y'all hear what I said? So people in Ireland, because I do have people in Ireland who do watch the channel. Shout out to the people in Ireland. There's some niggas in Ireland. Goddamn, who knew? But hey, shout out to my melanated people in Ireland. But in Ireland, they just passed a law for y'all that makes it illegal to view or share any non-mainstream media content on your phone. Did you hear what I said? View or share. You can't even look at it. Meaning if they're sharing information, alternative information about the cupcakes, like say on the app Telegram, which I don't know why, if y'all not on Telegram already, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. That's what all the goddamn knowledge is on Telegram, especially part of the real world news feed. Y'all better go look at that shit. But so places like Telegram and stuff like that, you can, if they catch you sharing information or even viewing it, you can go to jail. This is crazy. This is truly 1984. Nigga, you have no freedom of thought. I can't even look at something that's not pushed by the mainstream media in Ireland. Fuck Ireland. Not the people, the government. So, they're full of shit. You can't view anything that's not pushed by the government. Holy shit, Ireland. I'm sorry for y'all. Y'all better get up and ride, though. I'm not that sorry. You can get up and ride on these niggas, man. Don't take this shit. Like the people in the Netherlands who they trying to take all their farms. They not buying it. They say, nigga, we getting ready for war, nigga. Come over here and try to take these farms if you want to, bitch. 3,000 farms they gonna try to take over in the Netherlands. They said, no, you not. We not cutting emissions. We not doing none of this shit. And you ain't gonna take our farm. Go ahead and try it. So, Ireland, y'all got to get gangster. Because the prime minister, because this is implemented by the new prime minister in Ireland, and he was a former World Economic Forum global leader. The new prime minister of Ireland. So, you already see what that's popping. These niggas are taking over the world. This nigga said, we have penetrated the cabinets. You think he was lying? Nigga used the word penetrated. Nigga, what, nigga? That's a little penetrated, nigga. Roger Rose, appreciate you. Klaus is Dr. Mindbender. Yep. Exactly. Awful dude. Dr. Mindbender. Absolutely. That nigga is evil as shit, man. He is evil. Like, nigga, on the surface, inside, everywhere. That nigga is an evil bitch ass nigga. And nobody's doing anything about it. It's so fucked up. But this nigga said he's coming for you. No privacy, no nothing. So Ireland, I hope y'all get on that. Cause nigga, I would be pissed as hell. I'd be sleeping out in front of my Capitol building if they told me that I couldn't have it on my. And then they're coming up with something called pre-crime. Like remember the pre-crime in Minority Report? They actually have that now. They're trying to make it a crime for you to have hateful material on your computer. Not that you shared it, you haven't posted it, you just have it. Like anti-alphabet soup information, or what they deem as anti-racist information, or anything like that. They call hate speech. They're trying to implement a law that makes it illegal for you to have it on your computer. Just have it. So if we find that you have it, we can come arrest your ass. That is literally Minority Report. Pre-crime. Yeah, nigga, we know you ain't do shit, but you was going to. You was gonna do it, nigga. We see all this shit, nigga. Ain't no way in hell you had all this shit on your computer and you wasn't gonna make a move in about the next couple years. I know you was getting ready to do something, nigga. You look like you a perverted punk ass bitch. No, nigga, we had to just come in here and we had to implement, we had to preemptive strike. We did a preemptive strike to save the public. It's all for the public. That's what's coming for y'all if you don't get in the game. Because just told y'all about I said about last week about Title 42 ending in America. That was the law that allowed America to send people back in a pandemic, no matter what, if they applied for asylum. But if you were coming from a place that had a pandemic going, then they could send you back unquestioned. So that's popping off. And I don't know if you've seen the videos at the border. It is crazy. That's why you got to go to Real World News or go to Alex Jones, because they have some cats out there at the border filming and showing you what's going on. So they asked the cats, they asked the politicians, is there a crisis at the border? Is there people coming across the border? No, absolutely not. Boom, boom, boom. Then they go to the border and they're letting the government is letting illegal immigrants in. They're supposed to apply, say, for asylum, say they were coming from a war-torn country or impoverished country or war-stricken or whatever it is, and they need asylum, right? And they apply and they wait and they get all that. That's the process. They get into the border and America is giving them buses. They're giving them vouchers, money, food vouchers. They're giving them hotel vouchers. This is with your money. They're illegal. They haven't applied for fucking anything. And all the broke ass niggas that are here in America already, and they are giving away money. All the man, I'm in Los Angeles, man. The homeless thing in Los Angeles is fucking crazy. And San Francisco. So I'm walking around here seeing all these people with broken shitting in the streets and pissing and doing all this and that, but you can give money away to people who have not contributed to society whatsoever. None. Not even going and paying taxes if they go buy a beer. So, yo, Dion Spivey, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. This is what's coming for y'all. And the reason you have to start paying attention to this, actually more than pay attention, you have to get up and get involved, because they're trying to replace what they call the poor black population with immigrants, with illegal immigrants. They're trying to replace you niggas. You niggas are getting smart now. They can't necessarily count on your vote because you're getting too smart. When you get smart in public, you start asking for things for your vote. And so, nigga, hold up, nigga, you ain't never asked for nothing before. The fuck? This greedy ass nigga want to ask for something for his vote. Who the fuck told you that your vote was valuable, nigga? Fuck, hey, can you go get a bunch of Mexicans and El Salvadorians, nigga, and bring them into the country? Say, fuck these niggas. We ain't giving you shit, nigga. These niggas don't want nothing but a motherfucking ham sandwich. And they'll vote any way we want. So, Caucasians believe that they're coming in to replace them. Demographically, yes, as far as talking about boosting the Democratic vote, but they're really replacing you niggas, because you don't understand that you have been getting weeded out for the longest, sent to jail from the communities. They lock you up in the jail from the communities, and then put other so-called races in your communities, using your resources, all of the stuff that you built up. So they had a rally in Chicago this past week because they were mad about it, because these Republican states are sending these immigrants to these Democratic states, what they call these sanctuary states, who are doing nothing about the border and letting these people all in. They say, all right, nigga, take your bitch ass on over to Chicago then, nigga. Super Mag 510, thank you. So the movies from the 80s are now coming true. Yep. So they said, take your bitch ass. Like, if you seen, what movie was that? Red Dawn, where they invaded America. That was a movie where they invaded America. But that's what's happening right now. They said this is a plan of China. This is the plan that China came up with, because they said they can't really go to war with America militarily. So how do we disrupt America? We have to disrupt their culture. And this is why you see the alphabet soup push. And you see the immigration being, they're overrunning the borders with immigration. You seeing all of this, the military being stretched. All of this stuff you are seeing is really being pushed by China. They locked down our country, which they said took $14 trillion out of our economy. Out of the American economy. The lockdowns took $14 trillion out of the economy. Just boom, because we didn't do anything. That's how you destroy a goddamn country. Stretch their military with a fucking fake ass war and all the rest of this shit. So, melanated people, you have to get involved, man. I know y'all be acting like, nigga, America, fuck America. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what happens to America. This shit ain't me. But it is you. Because you rely on America. Melanated people want to sit back and act like, nigga, you were detached, but nigga, every time you step out your house, even when you're in your house, you rely on everything in America. Your phone bill, your light bill, nigga, you rely on the water coming through your gate. All of that is a part of America that you have to rely on. Even though you don't like the government gives you these services that makes your life convenient. And so if they take this damn government down, what will they put in their place? You think it's gonna be some shit that's going to be beneficial to you? You the poor niggas. Hell no. You ain't gonna think about your ass. You better stick with the devil you know. America is the devil you know. And you know how to take advantage of this devil. Because the laws for America are written down for you to utilize. You just have to go read them. But if some new one world government comes in, what the fuck? You have no idea what to do with that. Because there are 1,500, there's a caravan right now. They showed a caravan of 15,000 people on their way to the border. There are people in Mexico filming this and showing 15,000 people marching through the streets with kids and backpacks and suitcases and shit. 15,000 coming to America to take over your shit. Where you think these people gonna live when they get to America? You think they're going to Beverly Hills? You think they're going to the rich parts of New York? Hell no, they coming to the hood to disrupt your life in the community. Yo, Sam Stone, thank you, brother. He said AI will be used to judge melanated individuals for pre-crimes. Yep. But these people, these immigrants, or these illegal immigrants are coming over here and they're taking your shit, and you sitting back, and a lot of melanated people are apathetic to this because you don't believe, excuse me, you don't believe that this has anything to do with you. But it has everything to do with you because this demographic is right on the level with you. They're not going to join you. They're going to replace you. Because the government, they feel you niggas don't do shit anyway to contribute to society. All you do is sell drugs, play games, dance, rap. Nigga, TikTok and all the rest of this shit. You niggas don't contribute. But these other niggas coming from these other countries, these niggas are eager to build a life for their families, which is why they're fleeing these other countries. Most of them anyway. So they'll do whatever the fuck we tell them to do. You see the mentality? Deal with the easy nigga or the stubborn hard nigga. They'd rather deal with the easy Mexican Hispanic brother. So they're gonna be getting your money and your resources, which they already showed. They've been doing. America is illegally giving them vouchers and shit and all this type of stuff, where the homeless people over here can't get any food, any money, nothing. But they're giving vouchers for these niggas to go into nice hotels, not like bullshit Motel 6s. These niggas are going to nice hotels. Shit, nigga, they going into the Four Seasons. So basically, they think they need to keep the voters dumb and independent and grateful. And so that's going to be, if that's not you, because you're getting hip to the game, you're not dumb anymore. You're not necessarily independent because you find out ways to hustle and tweak the system. And then you ain't grateful no more because you see how America been fucking you. So they've lost all the leeway with most melanated people. So they need a new bootlicker. Now, just to be clear, there's still a whole lot of bootlicking coon-ass niggas in America for these niggas to lick their boot. But they need some more bootlickers, and that's going to be these immigrant cats coming over and taking over the hood. I don't know if y'all been seeing that, but they've been taking over the hood. And so, again, melanated people, we know that America, like I said, America's been fucked off. But you got to do it's the vehicle you've been using the whole time to get around. And so, basically, if you got a bucket car that's been getting you to work every goddamn time, every day, so that you can feed your family, you got to take care of that bucket ass car. No matter how much you don't like that goddamn bucket ass car, you have to respect it for what it does for you and your family. It gets you to work so that you can get food for your family, money to get food for your family. That's what America is right now. It's the bucket, it's the bucket whip. Yeah, nigga got whack ass rims. Nigga, one of the headlights is busted. Motherfucker ain't got no radio in the bitch. The seats is torn out. The fucking sunroof don't work. Nigga, all of that, we know. But the engine is good. And the engine would be the Constitution, the equivalent, because if you understand how to use the Constitution can bypass all of this. But the engine in the car is good. and the wheels are good. So it allows you to get to, for you to do what you want to do. And that's America. Because you don't understand, foreign powers are trying to take over America. They don't care about our rights and rules and constitution, because in those countries, they don't have this shit. They don't have freedom of speech. They don't have, freedom of press and all the rest of this shit like we do over here, or to the extent. So they want to implement their foreign rules over here. And that's what these foreign corporations are doing. They're paying the politicians to destroy America, the traditional America that once was, in order so that they can break it down and make it more malleable to push and move into this one world society. So that, you melanated people, you have to get involved in the game. You can't sit back and want to just watch conscious shit all the goddamn time and pontificate on how great your ass used to be in ancient times and we used to be gods and all this and that. What the fuck are you doing now? How are you God today? Have you produced anything that's the equivalent of the ancient pyramids that'll last for another 10,000 years? Have you done that? So don't be talking about what your ancestors did, nigga, 'cause that wasn't you. What are you doing today to ensure our greatness today, other than rapping and dancing and shucking and jiving? Now I'll say, rap is one great thing that we did do in this future. But they taken that and corrupted that from your ass, because you didn't know how to secure that as yours. So they've taken that. What are you doing today to secure your freedom and your rights as it is? Because they don't care. They're trying to create something called the global citizen. This is a real thing. It's been around for a minute. It's called the global citizen, and they said, so this is the United Nations. And they said, so they called it the global citizen. It's in their package for global citizenship, right? For citizen, or for globalization and shit. And they called it global citizen. And they said the global citizen with global citizens, they're not necessarily worried about rights with the global citizen, more responsibilities. They don't give a shit about rights in the global citizen. This is verbatim. This is written in the book. They don't care about rights. They care about responsibilities. Meaning, nigga, what you supposed to do. Don't worry about what you can and you can't do. What you supposed to do. What the fuck I dare you to do, bitch ass nigga. Get your old ass over there and clean that goddamn corner like I tell you, nigga. Don't worry about what the fuck you can do. If you have the right if I got the right to tell you that, nigga, yes I do. Go clean that shit up and shut the fuck up. That's what don't worry about rights, just responsibilities, meaning what I tell you to do, you do it. Slavery. That's what that means. This is the United Nations. This is their new thing on global citizenship. And they said a global citizen, this is a quote, a global citizen is someone who follows the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of Agenda 2030. So if you don't follow the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of Agenda 2030, you ain't even a global citizen, nigga. You can't come over here, nigga. Do you recycle, bitch? Huh? You don't recycle, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Do you compost? Huh? Do you? Do you run your water, nigga, all goddamn day when you taking a shower, or you brushing your teeth? See, all this bullshit that don't mean nothing, but this is what they're gonna use as criteria to judge you by. If you're a global citizen, when they implement this one world global plan. How you gonna be a global citizen when there's no global government? Ah! There it is. There has to be a global government in order for there to be a global citizen. Now you see how that works? Those two things have to go hand in hand. They go together. They go together like Cephas and Reese. If y'all remember Living Color, you remember Cephas and Reese? Everybody, who remembers Cephas and Reese from A Living Color? And we still together. So they was like a play on Ashford and Simpson, Cephas and Reese. and they be arguing and shit. They was the singing group, and they be arguing their asses off with Jerry curls and shit. They be arguing their asses off, but then they would be like, we still together. So that's the global citizen and the global government is Cephas and Reese. they go together. They doing their thing. So what are you gonna do? And again, and did y'all hear Biden said that? And this is by Biden. And he said this maybe could have been a slip. He said poor people are just as smart as white people. I mean. That nigga slipped. He said poor people are just as smart as white people. Did y'all hear that shit? Poor people just as smart as white people. Because white people, we know, are the smartest motherfuckers in the land, in the universe, nigga. But poor people, you just as smart. Like, wait a minute, nigga, hold up. What? Do you see the mentality and what's coming for you, nigga? Y'all niggas are done. Global citizenship, all this and that. But again, you don't have to fall for the bullshit. You don't. You got a bucket car. You do. The cars run down. You live in America. Your cars run down. Nigga, it's a bucket like a motherfucker. Nigga, that shit has got tape on the wheel. Got duct tape on the wheel. Nigga, your shit, that side view mirror is hanging on the side, nigga. Every time you make a turn, it swing like this. Every time nigga, but the engine is pristine. And that would be the equivalent again of the Constitution, y'all. Constitution works. You just need to know how to use it. If you don't know how to use it, then shit, you ain't getting to work. You ain't getting to work, nigga. That's how that works. You guys, again, have got to get on your shit, man. Boom. This is still left here for you. You have to start learning your environment. Again, RZA, it's common sense. I mastered my circumference. So, boom. Know your rights manual right here. Everything you need to know about police stops and Terry stops, which are stops on foot. Now, check this out. There's a video we're going over in police stop law class tomorrow. The people haven't seen it, but I'm going to tell y'all about it because it's really important. I don't know if y'all saw this. There's a police stop that happened. I forgot what state it was. Just happened like 7 days ago. And there was a Caucasian girl and a brother who was pulled over. And the cop pulled him over for some reason, some bullshit reason, saying that they needed their registration and all that. So the white girl, the Caucasian girl, she was driving. So just so you know, when the cops pull you over, they only can talk to the driver. The stop is for the driver. The passenger doesn't have to do anything. Excuse me. The passenger doesn't have to do anything other than get out of the car if the officer orders you out of the car. The officers can order the people in the car. They can lawfully order you out of the car at a legal traffic stop, at a lawful traffic stop. So if they tell you to get out of the car, you do have to do that. However, the passenger does not have to talk to the police officer. You don't have to give your ID over. You don't have to do anything. You can sit there and be quiet. And you only have to give your ID over to the police if they suspect you of a crime. So while they're going over the driver, the lady, they're asking her all this and that stuff because she didn't have her registration, but then they looked it up and found she did have registration. It had just expired, though, not too long ago, so they said they weren't going to mess with her, but they kept asking if they had guns in the car, which you shouldn't answer. You don't have to answer that question. You say, I don't answer questions. So they said no. So they kept asking the brother, right? So I guess the brother looked like he was a thug or a gangster or something, so they were really focused on him. And so they asked him for his ID, and I think he gave his ID up, which he did not have to do. He didn't know this, though. He didn't know he didn't have to give up his ID. So once he gave up his ID, they looked at him, and so then they thought he was suspicious. So they reached in the car. Again, they can't reach in your car either. That's called breaking the plane. if a police officer reaches into your car without telling you to get out of the car, they can ask you to get out of the car, but they can't reach in your car. It's called breaking the plane. That's a Fourth Amendment violation. It's equivalent to a legal search and seizure. So, or a legal search. So, but they reached in the car, they dragged this nigga, they pulled him out of the car. When they grabbed him, they tried to get him out of the car because they were like, no, step out of the car. We need to talk to you more. Now, again, he had to step out on a lawful stop, but everything up to that point was unlawful. So anything the police officers were doing was invalid. But when they tried to pull him out of the car, he did have a gun in the car. He reached for the gun and started shooting at the police officers. Caught one in the leg. One ran around the car. Then he fell on the ground because they were shooting at him. So he fell on the ground trying to get cover from the car. But the one who snuck around the car, he doubled back around the car and went in front of him and then just killed him, right? So shot him dead on the ground. Now, all of this could have been avoided. Every last bit of that could have been avoided if he knew he didn't have to give up his ID to the police officer. Now he's dead. Off a routine traffic stop, asking for registration and his ID, which he didn't have to give up because he the passenger. He didn't know that. Now he's dead. So look, tired of dealing with y'all, man. I see videos like that, and I got to go through that type of stuff and see that. And all of that is just because he didn't know basic rights, basic police stop rights. So right here, Know Your Rights Manual. Teach you everything you need to know about police stops, traffic stops, and Terry stops with your police stops on foot. Right here is how you get at police. You don't shoot at them. You go into court and get at their police insurance, or what's called the public official bond. When they violate your constitutional rights, you go right here because that bond is tied to their oath to the Constitution. So every time they violate your constitutional rights, you can go after the bond for each violation. Violation of my First Amendment right, violation of my Fourth Amendment right, violation of my Fifth Amendment right. All of these times, whatever the bond is worth, you get paid each time for each violation. $75,000, $75,000 for my First Amendment right, $75,000 for a violation of my Fourth Amendment right, $75,000. Yes, every goddamn incident. You can go after that. But if you don't know, you can't do it, and you get shot dead in the street like this dude. Because he didn't want to give up his ID because he had a gun in the car and thought, oh, they going to find the gun. But you don't have to tell them you got a gun in the car. You don't have to tell them anything. Because guns are legal in America, everyone. It's not illegal for you to have a gun, just so you know. And for a police officer for you to be in violation of having a gun, you have to be waving, what they call brandishing it, which means waving it around or threatening somebody with the gun. That's the only way a police officer can lawfully check you for a weapon. If you've not seen brandishing the gun, meaning you're not dangerous with the weapon, they can't check you. But y'all don't know that because you don't know the goddamn law. Shout out to Jermaine Harper and Robert Nelson, the original man. Y'all know the law because y'all just passed and got your goddamn Know Your Rights Foundation certification. Bam, right there. So shout out to y'all. But the rest of you niggas, boom, get this right here. Oops. And you know we have the cards for y'all. Oops, man. So we have the cards for y'all. This is what you give the police. Yo, Garrett, man, thank you, Garrett. Man, brother, thank you for the love. Appreciate you, man. We out here just trying to help. We trying to help people save themselves. We don't save anyone. We trying to save themselves. But Garrett, thank you. Appreciate you, brother. So this is what he should have, if he had these, he could have given these to the police officer when they asked for his ID. This constitutional rights card that lets them know his rights and what happens if they violate his constitutional rights. And then this the qualified immunity card that lets them know if they violate his constitutional rights, they lose their qualified immunity if he alerts them that they're doing it before they're in danger of doing it before they do it, and he gets it on camera. I mean, this is a very disturbing video that I watched, and I had to watch it over and over again to see everything that happened. Each time I watch it, it's just disturbing because the dude didn't have to do it. He didn't have to get out. He didn't have to show his ID at all. But they, again, people, y'all don't know that they ask you for your ID because they want to run you through the National Criminal Database to see if you got a warrant. But you don't have to give it if they don't suspect you of a crime. Something simple as that. So, man, let's get out here and start learning these damn rights and stop getting shot up at a goddamn at a police stop, a regular traffic stop. It's ridiculous shit, man. For niggas to be dying because they don't want to give over their ID or step out of the car. This nigga is dead now. Dead. He gone. They left that nigga in the street for a good half an hour. Dead. In the video. He was laying in the goddamn street for half an hour. Let's stop this bullshit, y'all. So, and then, we got the flashcards to teach you guys. Talked about the government. Now you have to start taking control of the government. So it's a fucked up car with a great engine and some good tires, y'all. So we got to ride it till the wheels fall off. Right here, you do that by learning the government. Who was that? Petra Snags, Glasgow, thank you. Appreciate you. But you do that by learning the system. You can't take advantage of the system until you learn it. This is Law and Government Flashcards, Volume 1 and 2. Teach you everything you want to know, or get you introduced to the government, and then you can keep it moving. And then this is Police Stop Flashcards 1 and 2. This is what you should give your children. Have them do reports on this every other day. I would. If I had children, every other day, you got to come in here and at least show me 5 cards or 5 cards a day. You go take 5 cards a day, and I'm gonna quiz you every day on 5 of these cards. And you need to tell me what this means. So, man, we created the tools for you to get out there and learn your rights and stop getting violated by the police. As we said, you see that Modern Easy just got that spike vax put on the schedule. So we still have these. These are the cupcake exemption cards. This is the religious exemption. This is the liability. Let them know that they're liable for every time. If they force you to get this, they're liable for every second that it remains in your system. This one is the religious exemption, that you can say it's against your religious beliefs because it has aborted fetal Charmin within the cupcake and you are against abortions. And so this works for if you're going into an establishment or your boss. And this is just for your boss. But we have all this to help you guys out so you can learn your rights. Right here is the P.F. Heiser Bakery report that comes with that. Lest you know, excuse me, right here on the back. I don't know if you can see that. Can y'all see this? Let me see if I can get in there. So right here, this says fatal. And then right across from fatal, if we go all the way across, it says 1223. Again, fatal, 1223. That's how many people kicked the bucket the first 4 days. Excuse me. This is the report that lets them know. This is the report that lets them know, your bosses know, that the cupcake it has adverse effects, and then it has all the adverse effects listed in the back. So they can't deny it. Also, it comes with the notices that you can, these physical notices. Also, if you want to hand these notices to your bosses, it comes with these physical notices. So again, we're giving you the tools, everything you need, and you can get it all for free, except the cupcake cards. You have to go to Know Your Rights. Know Your Rights Foundation.org. If you want to get the cupcake cards, those are sold separately. But everything else, if you want the complete Police Stop Law package, I throw it for free if you buy the Great Book of Melanin Research at realnuggets.com. You only get one. You get a deck of cards. You only get one deck of cards, but you do get the whole Police Stop Law package, but only one deck of cards. So we need your support. Hook it up, everybody. We need you to learn the law. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Damn, my throat. So, sorry. So, like I said, I need you guys to learn the law. I really need motivated people to learn the law. As you can see, there's this scenario that I just told you. This happens all the time. This was an extreme, but This happens all the time in the community, and we need to stop this. I saw this this morning. This is the video. I just saw this video this morning, and it had me on one, because as I look at it, you know, the situation was avoidable. It was extremely avoidable. It could have ended in, all right, everybody, have a nice day. Had this guy know the simple law of police cannot question me unless they suspect me of a crime. He could have sat there and just been quiet and not said anything, and the police couldn't have done anything to him if he knew his rights. So everybody, please, let's get out there and let's do this. This is the new movement. This is the next movement. This is what we have to implement if we're going to ride this damn broke-ass goddamn car with the great engine and wheels, right until the wheels fall off. Super Mac, appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank everybody for hitting the super chat. I love everybody, man. Appreciate you. Garrett, again, thank you for that beautiful super chat. All the mods, Faith Ford, because I said so. Miss Jeannie, Brian, Jason, Mel, Gwendolyn Bonner, and Tish. Thank everybody for being here. Make sure you go hook up Wheat Juice. Again, Wheat Juice, and the code is 5, the number 5 off juice. All right, 5 off juice gets you losing the caboose. But this one is gonna get you losing the caboose. This one right here, you need to stay by the bathroom. This is the only one that's gonna get you losing the caboose. It's probably this kale metabolizer. Oh, and this one. Sorry, and the special K. Both of these hey, it's gonna clean you. This is a cleanse. So go hook it up. Wejuice.com, OUIjuice.com. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all. I'm hungry. I'm about to get out of here. Holler at you in a minute. Peace.